Good morning, guys. I'm on my way to work, nothing new, right? I had this thought and I wanted to share it, and I want to preface with, if this comes across as like cocky, which is weird because I don't think it is, but if this comes across as, oh, like, girl, you're feeling yourself too much, or oh, girl, you just need to be grateful for what you have, this is not for you. That's what I can say. I'm on my way to work. My job, I haven't really given you guys a really full, like, in-depth, like, job update kind of vibe for multiple reasons. The first reason is because even though I'm a much smaller content creator, I don't want to be doxxed. I don't want anybody to know where I work at. I don't want you guys to even know what street I live on, like, if I'm being honest, because it's just a scary world. That's just the reality. A lot of YouTubers, bigger YouTubers, smaller YouTubers, medium-sized YouTuber, whatever the size you want to put them, talk about that. Like, talk about how, it's not safe. And there are certain things that when you put out there, people can obviously track. I mean, even now, somebody could be like, oh, the street behind you, the colors on the street, or whatever, craziness. Anyway, I don't think anybody's checking for me like that, but that's the first main reason, mainly for safety reasons. If you know anything about me, I'm big on safety. I don't play about my safety. If my safety's compromised, baby, I'm not there. Point blank, period, don't care. But in regards to that, another reason why I don't want to say anything like bad about my job is because I obviously still work there. It's not really that hard to figure out where I work or what I do or how I do it. Long story short, my job is extremely stressful. The people there are great. A lot of people there that I've met, like I even said in my last video, like, oh, like, I've met people to the point where I'm like, oh, I could see myself being friends with this person, or I could see myself being cool with this person, or whatever. I'm crooked. Don't hate me, child. The gimbal's crooked right now. I can see myself being cool with this person, being friends with this person, because they are, I feel like, are decent, good people, and common interests are similar in age or whatever, right? And even though I've met a handful of very, very nice people, I am not going to stay anywhere longer than I don't have to. I did that before. In regards to work specifically, in regards to many things, but for work specifically, I've done that, and that has never suited me, because I genuinely know there's more for me. This is the thing. I know, in the same, like, flip side of this token, I also live my life. I'm also aware of myself. So I'm aware that I may not have been as consistent, even in my personal life, outside of just YouTube, to know, like, okay, you're saying this at a point in your life where you're not really doing all the things, you know what I mean? Like, you're probably not really as consistent in different things. You're not as disciplined in different areas. And for you to feel like, oh, there's more for you, just sounds, it could come across as cocky. That's why I had the disclaimer at the beginning. But I know for 1,000% fact, there's more for me. And that's not me being mean. It's not me being full of myself. That's just me being honest. I don't know where I'm gonna end up in life, where my life will lead in regards to maybe my gifts or my talents or my desires or wherever my heart posture is. I don't fully know. Like, I don't have a map. I don't have a very clear, like, okay, this is the career path or this is the thing. Like, I don't have that. I genuinely don't. I have a lot of things that I'm passionate about, so that can be a little bit debilitating when I am trying to figure out what I want to do in regards to a career. And I'm also very privileged in the fact that I am married. So my husband's very like, oh, you don't like it? Quit. He's like, oh, you don't like it? It's stressing you out? Quit. That's what he's telling me. So realistically, I'm kind of in this space where I want to be helpful in our marriage where finances are concerned, because the way the economy is going, it's better just to have two incomes, period, right? On the contrary, I also do not want to work a job that's going to stress me out. But I also came to a very interesting conclusion. I don't think I want to work for anybody, period. Like, I don't think I want to work for any, like, corporation, period. That's not me being like, oh, I'm above a corporation job, I'm above a corporate job, whatever. I am not. I will work at Walmart before I stay at this job if I have to, if this job is genuinely stressing me the hell out. I'm not above or beneath anything. I just feel like there's so much more out there for me, and I don't want to settle for the thing that I'm doing because I'm doing it. I'm comfortable doing it, and even though it's stressful, I'm used to it, so I'm just going to put in all the time I've already put in. I'm just going to stick with it and whatever. I'm not doing that. I'm putting myself in the mentality where you just have to knock on doors. Like, there are so many things about finding jobs that is so, like, weird and just uncomfortable, to be honest. That's just a word I can use. I personally feel like I'm a lot better in person. That's my opinion. So networking online is very difficult for me. LinkedIn is a very weird place. I mean, sometimes I'm on LinkedIn and I'm like, I don't understand what's happening here. I can't fully wrap my head around like how we're supposed to like do this thing. And yes, there's YouTube videos and yes, there's resources, but even when I think of the actual act of doing certain things, I'm like, I'm getting a little bit of a cringe here. I'm getting a little bit of a cringe here. And I don't know if it's like a me thing or if it's just the way it is. Like, oh God, I'm in all different types of frames. Hold on. I don't know if it's a me thing. I don't know if it's just kind of like the nature of certain things when it comes down to like looking for jobs and stuff. But yeah, I've just been in this headspace, at least with this job, where I'm like, nah, this can't be it. Like, I'm happy that my degree helped me get this job. If you guys don't know, I have a bachelor's in psychology. Where have you been? If you don't know that, baby, where have you been? But for the people that don't know, I have a bachelor's in psychology, so working in mental health was kind of like a one-to-one like transition, right? So in my mind, I'm kind of like, okay, I'm happy that I was able to get an opportunity, because to be honest with you guys, I put out 500 actual applications through the APS system and only one actual job. This one is the one that got back to me. And of course, you know, people are going to be like, oh, well, that's not how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to network before the APS system is not what you want to rely on. You want to rely on your network. You want to rely on people. And I agree with that. But finding those connections, building healthy, like, connections that don't feel like I'm asking for something or I'm cringing. Hey, Jesus. That I'm asking for something or I'm kind of like begging for something is hard, especially online, especially if you don't even have the same interest. It's just that, this person's company is hiring and they're the hiring manager and you just want to talk to them about like something or talk to them about the role, but the role doesn't, I don't know. So all these all these things are about working. The main thing that I came to in my mind was, well, it's just not the end for you, Vivi. Like, it's not the end for you. At the end of the day, you have a stepping stone, you have officially stepped on it, and if at any point it's no longer serving you, knock on doors. I'm not limiting myself to the idea of, well, I should just be grateful for the fact that I have a job and blah, 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 and the economy. I hear it. Yes, the economy is not going in the best direction. Finding work is very hard. I told y'all, I put out 500 applications before I got this job. All of the first batch of 2024 was literally me on a job hunt. So to know that I got a job, I'm very grateful to it. I also know on the flip side of this, two things can be true at once. As much as I am grateful to have a job, and as much as I'm grateful to be, an employed individual, I am also stressed the hell out. And this job is stressing me the hell out. And if it's to the point where my stress levels or going into work is giving me anxiety, what am I doing? At the end of the day, I'm gonna die one day. I'm sorry to get morbid. I know a lot of people, sorry, warning, real talk here. I don't have time to waste on things that are literally not serving me and causing me mental fatigue. Don't have time for it. I don't have time for it. I am not going to sit here and act like, oh, because I got this job and it was so difficult to get it, I'm just going to stick with this job because, no. I will be knocking on doors. I will be knocking on doors of opportunities that I really feel like serve me. Even, let's talk a little bit about content, right? Even where content is concerned, it's a little bit difficult because people are like in the beginning, just post what you want, just post what you want, just post what you want. And in some ways, I hear you. But in other ways, people are kind of like, oh, but you have to get the algorithm. You have to understand the algorithm. You have to do this, that. Bria Jones, a YouTuber that I fully enjoy her content, she always says, sometimes you got to shake your ass for the algorithm, girl. You got to shake it for the algorithm. Sorry, Dad. Don't watch this video, Daddy, because my daddy don't like that I cuss. Please, my parents, do not watch this video. My mother-in-law, my daddy, my mama, please, listen. I'm going to curse a little bit, please. Get off of my video, please. Anyway, I apologize. Either way, you got to shake it for the algorithm, girl. You got to do what you got to do for the algorithm. And sometimes if you're somebody who wants to create a business out of it or wants to grow out of it, you're kind of like, oh, I have to learn all these things. It's just overwhelming. It's information overload. I don't know what to do. And even in that, I'm like, I'm just going to do what I can. Like, I obviously understand there's not only a business, but a whole lifestyle that can be obtained from doing YouTube. But I'm not there yet. I mean, I could barely be consistent for the last couple of weeks because I was sick and I was this, I was that. Even life hits you like a ton of bricks and you're like, whoa, I don't even know what to do. This is insane. I don't know how I'm going to be able to make this actually happen. So I feel like knowing that there's more out there for me, whatever facet that it is, because like I said earlier, I don't know what facet it's going to be. If it's YouTube, if it's being like a product manager somewhere at a corporate job, being a corporate girly, if it's maybe kids. I love kids, like helping, like by kids, I mean not my own children because I am not ready to have children, but by kids, I mean being an educator. I don't want to really go back to school, so that's a little bit of a bummer because everybody, my whole family's like, oh, well, you have a bachelor's, you have to go back to school to get a master's, you have to go back to school to get a doctorate. Who is paying for that? I'm not taking out loans to go back to school for things that I know I'm not fully passionate about. Do you get what I mean? That's just me though. Oh, sorry guys. That's just me though. So long story short, if this is for anybody that's in a place where they're like, damn, I feel stuck. Damn, I'm stressed out. Damn. This is me telling you there is more out there for you. Do not stay in the mentality that you have to stay somewhere or be somewhere simply because you've already been there, or simply because you feel like it's more comfortable, or simply because the sunken cost theory, if you guys don't know what that is, go look it up. Pretty much, it's a theory. I'm going to paraphrase here really quickly so you guys can have context, but it's a theory that I've put, let's say you have a bucket and let's say you have a slot machine. That's a better idea. You have a slot machine and you've been putting in money in the slot machine and you're waiting to get your 777s. But you're in this mentality like, oh, should I go to another slot machine or should I just stay at this one? I've already put in $100 in the slot machine. I'm not going to go to another slot machine because I already put this money into the slot machine. So you're still putting in your money into the slot machine because you're like, hopefully something hits. Yeah, pretty much that's a sunken cost theory in the most simplest form I can give it to you. Don't stay in something because you've already been there. Challenge it. Like, oh, I have been here for a while. Oh, I did lose this situation for this. Or I end up in a very interesting space where I'm like, oh, I have this weird feeling of leaving because I have this perceived idea of obligation and this feeling of, oh, I'm supposed to be doing this or doing that or whatever. And like, challenge those things. There is more out there for you. There is more to this life than just the idea of working and dying. There's way more to it. For example, speaking of my parents, my mom has never been on a vacation. Both my mother and my father have never been on an actual vacation, like out of the country. Well, they're immigrants, so they came from Haiti, but understand, they've never been out of the country of the United States of America on a vacation just because. They've never experienced an actual vacation, even in their own state, in ways like just because. At least not to my knowledge. I mean, I have to fight with my mama every week just for her to, go out and experience New York because she lives there now. And I'm like, girl, you live in New York. Go out there. She's like, oh, no, I'm going to, baby. I'm going to. I'm like, Mom, just go. It's not that big of a deal. Go to a museum. Go to a park. Go to a beach. Experience life. Like, my parents come from immigrant parents. A lot of immigrant children come from a household of survival. And the only thing that we know how to do is put our head down and work. Put our head down and make it make sense. Put our head down and just contribute to society in ways that benefit other people and not really us, and being left with literally pennies at the end of it. So when I see that, and I also, again, privileged because I am married, so I have a 2-income household, and my husband, again, is telling me, you don't like it, quit. I'm looking at it from a different angle, like, I don't want to be stuck here doing this simply because I feel like I have to survive, or I feel like I need a job. It's just the thing I need. No. I don't want to do that. I don't want to live in that reality. I want to live in a reality where I have two things that I personally want. I want my talents to pay my bills, or I want to work a job that gives me work-life balance enough where I'm like, I can live my life and simultaneously be an active contributor to whatever job that I do. I don't want to do this whole hard, tough, be the boss, manage things, put out fires, I'm not doing that. So because I'm in that headspace and I feel like, okay, I can do more. It doesn't end here. It doesn't stop here. Like, there's just no way, right? Like, that's my mentality. My mentality is like, there's just no way that this is it, right? Like, there's just no way. Especially, of course, online skews things because people, the content creators and the tech girlies and the this and that and the that and that, they're like, oh yeah, you could just go to this, or you could just do this, or I just got a brand sponsorship for this and whatever. So I think a lot of people's mentality is like, oh, you just go be a content creator and you're gonna be able to make it. Like, no, sometimes you don't make it. Like, there is a hierarchy to shit. Like, there is a way that things work, right? There's some people that make it, some people that don't make it. Of course, you make decisions that can breed different outcomes, but you are one decision away from doing things that probably will help you positively or negatively. So my rant for the morning, or my story of the day, is this: there is more out there for you. Do not be stuck in any mentality or any job or any relationship or any friendship or anything that is not serving you simply because you feel like you've already been there, simply because you feel like you've already done it, simply because you're comfortable or familiar with it. You will fail in your comfort zone. And I think Steve Harvey said that, you will fail in your comfort zone. That is real talk. You will fail in your comfort zone. You got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And as much as maybe finding a different job potentially is uncomfortable for me, and even putting my brain full throttle in things that I genuinely feel like might be my gifts, that my best friend, she will never cease to remind me that I have gifts. So I'm just going to use her words here. That to really pour into my gifts, I need to find a way to get there and do that anyway, like regardless. Because there's no way that this is it. If this is what I fought for, like going to school and finally working in mental health and trying to be an active member of society and whatever, if this is what I fought for, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. If this is what I fought for, I don't want it. There has to be more, right? Like, there has to be. So I'm just going to believe that there's more. And I'm just going to fight for that. And I need to find a way to make it sustainable. Because my issue is I get in these moments where I'm like, oh my God, I'm ready, I'm fire, I'm motivated, I'm blah. But motivation is not the thing that is going to get you through, right? I know that for a fact, at least with me. So where I'm concerned, I just feel like I want people to know, like, don't stick in the mud simply because it's the mud that you know. I don't know how any other way I can give that message, but yeah, just don't. You can do so many other things. You are abundant. So I just feel like, I'm saying that for both of us. I am abundant. Like, I have so many things I want to do. I have so many ideas that I want to execute. And what am I waiting on? For what? For somebody to come and give me the opportunity? Nobody's going to give me the opportunity. The person that's giving me the opportunity is my husband. He bought me the camera. He pays the bills, baby. And he's like, you want to do something? Let's go. He's very like, just do it. Just try it. And if it wasn't for him being that way, I don't know if I would really step out of my comfort zone, even in the slightest, to do this, even get on camera and share my thoughts about random stuff. Either way, I'm at work now, child, so I gotta go. But I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope my point comes across well enough, because I know I kind of butchered it. And baby, ADHD. I don't have ADHD, but sometimes I be talking and I be jumping from topic to topic, and it makes sense to me, but it may not translate on camera. But yeah, I just want to drop that message on you guys today. I hope you guys are having a great day, sending good vibes. It is a very rainy Oregon today. It is rainy. It is gloomy. I hope you guys are having a good day. I gotta go be stressed out by these people, child. And yeah, bye. Talk to you guys later.